Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'll keep this intro short and sweet, but today we are going to work out together. If you have followed my channel for a while, you know that me and my husband move around quite a bit, which has us in apartments and hotels pretty often, and trying to get a good workout in an apartment gym or a hotel gym or even a home gym can sometimes seem very hard. So I thought that I would put in my input and show you how I have a very effective and hard workout even with very limited equipment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you about 2 workouts per muscle group, and then at the end I'll show you my favorite treadmill workouts. So let's go. This is my apartment gym, and I find that it's pretty standard. The only thing that apartment gyms usually have that we're missing is some sort of cable machine, which is such a shame because I love having a cable machine because it opens up a world of possibilities with workouts. But we do have free weights, and that is pretty standard. So that is what I'm mostly going to show you exercises on today. We are going to start with shoulder presses, which means adjusting our bench to be upright. Now these can be done standing. I just find it's a little bit easier seated. People's first instinct is often to put their arms straight out like this. That can give you some injuries, so we're going to tuck our elbows in a little bit and then press straight up. I like to do slow and very purposeful motions, and this is going to make sure that your form feels completely correct all the way through. I also don't like to take too big of a pause at the top because you're not putting a lot of tension on those shoulders. Once your arms are stacked, the tension comes through the movement. We are going to move on to front raises. These can be done both arms at the same time or one at a time. I prefer to do one at a time to really feel each arm individually. Also with these, don't be afraid to drop weight if you need to. Here I dropped weight because my arms were not going to make it through every single set. Also make sure that your posture is in check. If you pay attention, you can see that my hips are tucked under so my butt isn't sticking out, which means my core is engaged. And then also don't walk out your knees. It might look like mine are, but my knees hyperextend. So this is actually me with bent knees. You'll notice that our bench is back flat so we can lean over for our 1-arm dumbbell rows. I'm going to show you incorrect form first, which is bringing it up to the chest. Instead, we are going to scoop it back to really hit the back. Now, I wish my body was more stable here in this example. When you're doing it, really focus on keeping the rest of your body still and just moving your arm and hitting into that back. But these burn so good. For bicep curls, I'm going to show you incorrect form first. Notice how my wrists are curled over and then my wrists and elbows are stacked. That's taking all of the tension off the bicep. So instead we're going to send our shoulder blades back down our back, lean slightly forward and bend those knees, and that's going to help keep the tension in your biceps for the entire motion, so we're actually feeling the exercise. Also notice that my wrists are no longer curling over, they're very neutral, and that is going to help you prevent injury. Moving directly into crossbody hammer curls. With this one, your palms are facing towards you and you are curling across your body. I'm going to change perspectives to the front so you can see across the body with a neutral grip on those wrists. The wrists aren't falling over. This is going to work the long and short head of your bicep, so it really is an amazing bicep exercise. Overhead extensions are one of my favorite workouts. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a heavier weight and we're going to go directly behind us. And again, a slow and very thoughtful motion. We're not going too fast and we are keeping those elbows tucked in. In the beginning, it's really easy to mess that up and let your elbows shoot outwards as you bring the weight down. Try to keep it tucked in towards your head so you can really hit that tricep. Don't be afraid to go light on these. I have to go so light on them We're bending over. I'm trying to show you incorrect form here, but it's kind of hard to see with the angle. My elbow is just very low on that first one. So we're gonna move our elbow up so it's just barely above the back. It looks really high here, but it's because it's from an under angle. So remember, keep that elbow up above your back, and then you are going to palm facing in towards you and kick straight back. And these are killer. These are like the best tricep workout for me. With this one, I always prefer kettlebell, but obviously we're working with low equipment, so we're going to use what we have, and that's just a dumbbell. What we're going to do is put it above our head. I like to have a slight bend, so all the weight's not just stacked on your shoulder. And then we're going to engage that core, so hold those hips under you, and use your core to lift the leg. Not so much your hip flexor, but your core. You are fully engaged, you'll feel it immediately. I'll show you side view. I'm gonna do the other leg now. So lift, and it's opposite arm to leg. Tuck those hips under you. You don't want to be like this. You're not gonna feel that nightmare. Except for maybe your back. Tuck those hips under. Pull the leg. In the middle. Straight. Pulling leg. Similar to the last one, I do usually like to use kettlebells, but dumbbells will work. What we're gonna do is, again, engage that core. Imagine your ribs are getting stitched together, and that will kind of help you engage. And then we are going to slow, steady movements, move down the leg, and focus on keeping that core as tight as possible through the entire movement. Imagine it's just your abs pulling you back to the center. Necessarily, you can put your arm up, but you don't necessarily have to. And then with this one, you also don't want to back out like this. We're going to tuck it under, engage that whole core. If there's a corset pulling you together, and slow, methodical movements. Honestly, I don't really like doing leg days in a low equipment gym. These are what I'll usually wait until I have access to a bigger gym for, but goblet squats are a great way to feel like you got an effective leg day in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go heavy on the weight, legs slightly more than shoulder width apart, and we're going deeper than your average squat, elbows in, facing forward. Moving directly into reverse lunges. We all know them, we all love them. We are keeping that knee in line with the ankle, not sending the knee over the toe. If you want more of a glute focus, you can do these elevated, so you're standing on something on the front leg and then you're pushing through that front heel to focus on that glute. To really burn out the quad, we are doing pulses at the end of every set. These are killer. So I do 10 reverse lunges on each leg and then end that 10th one with 10 pulses. I definitely talked through these clips, but the sound quality isn't great, so I'm going to do a voiceover instead. Here I am just apologizing for how backlit this is. There's no shade, so I couldn't do anything about it. But we're setting up our Bulgarian split squat. I like to put my foot on the bench and then send my front leg straight out just about as far as you can go. And it's okay if it's slightly out, not in line with the other leg, because this is a squat, not a lunge. And then we're gonna power up. I usually like to readjust once I'm up to send my leg a little bit further out if I'm focusing on the quad. Now, this first one is a quad-focused Bulgarian split squat. Notice that my knee is in line with my ankle and I'm not leaning forward too much. We're going directly up and down. I don't like to stand all the way up at the end. Notice how I'm not locking out that knee. and that is going to keep the tension on the quad. If we're going more of a glute focus, notice how I scooted my leg back slightly, and what we're gonna do is we are going to scoot backwards, allow my knee to go over my toe instead of going completely in line, just straight up and down. We're scooping backwards. Now, what I didn't do in this example and what you could do to make it more heavy on the glute is angle your upper body down more. So lean forward more, send that knee directly over the toe, and scoop backwards, and those burn. Now I wanted to talk about treadmill workouts. These are the best thing to get cardio in. I tend to get really bored with my cardio, so just running straight doesn't really work for me, and I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat. Things I do to switch it up is you can always go on the Stairmaster, but this is a low equipment video, so we're sticking with treadmill workouts. There's of course 12-3-30, which we've all heard of at this point. If you are on TikTok, you are going to do a 12 incline, a 3 speed for 30 minutes. If I'm doing this at the end of a really hard workout and I really just want to get my cardio over with, what I'll do is I'll bump up the speed to 3.2 or 3.5 and go for 20 minutes. Or sometimes I'll do a 12 incline, a 3 speed up until 20 minutes, and then I will slowly lower the incline as the minutes go on until we reach 30 minutes. And this way you feel like you're getting your cardio in, you feel like you're getting your sweat on, but you're not absolutely dead at the end of your 12-3-30. If you're wanting something a little bit more intense, I'll tell you my favorite interval sprint workout on the treadmill. It's going to take a little bit longer than 30 minutes, and you're going to go just about 3 miles. What you're going to do is you are going to start at a brisk walk. I go about 3.5, you could go up to 4, you could go down to 3 for speed, and this will go for 4 minutes. Once you finish your warm-up, you'll move into a 7 speed for 1 minute, followed by a 5.5 speed for 2 minutes. You'll repeat that 5 times, so that makes up 15 minutes. Once you're done with that, then you'll do a little cool down for 1 minute at a walking speed. I go about a 3.2. Once that minute is up, you'll move into your sprints. So I do a 10 speed, you could go up to a 12 speed, 30 seconds at a 10 to 12 speed, followed by a minute at 4. And you'll do that 5 times. Once you finish that, you'll have a 4-minute cool down at a walking pace. Again, I go 3.2, you could go 3.5, you could go 3, whatever feels comfortable to you. Thank you for watching. Now go get the best workout of your life in despite having low equipment, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more content like this, if you want to see travel content, or if you just want to follow along with my life. Love you.